Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Replay. I am your host, Andrew Reiner. I'm joined today by Tim Turry.
Hello.
Dan Reckert.
Hey.
And Joe Juba.
Joe here.
Joe is on the sticks today. He will be playing one of his favorite games, Zone of the Enders.
Yeah.
And Joe, when you bought this game for the first time, did you play Zone of the Enders first, or did you pop in the Metal Gear demo disc?
You know, actually, by the time I bought this game, this is gonna surprise everyone too. But by the time I bought this game, I had played through the. Oh wait, what's going on?
Is it like the Kojima?
It's,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
circle?
Okay. Circle means go. Anyway, yeah. So I had borrowed a friend's copy of the demo, so I'd already played the Metal Gear demo, and I actually went out and bought this game specifically for Zone of the Ender because I had already played the Metal Gear demo, and I liked this game so much that I went out and bought it.
What about Tim and Dan?
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear first?
Yeah.
So you played all the way through the demo and then popped in Zone of the Enders. Did you have any interest in Zone of the Enders to begin with, or was it just Metal Gear that got you in the door?
It was Metal Gear. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've always had like a passing interest in anime and cool mechs and stuff, but I had loved Metal Gear Solid so much.
Yeah, I've always hated anime and I've never gotten into mech stuff at all, so I did it for
This doesn't surprise me. The guy that bought the American flag jacket, this does not surprise me.
It's not that it surprised me. It does surprise me that you still bought this game, though, because that's all this is.
Well, I know, but I mean, I don't know, I'll give any game a chance. I don't watch anime or anything, but there wasn't a whole lot of like anime mech type stuff, you know, like I played Ghost in the Shell and whatever. Like I would play games based on animes.
Okay, you'll give any game a chance. What if there's a game based on 30 Seconds to Mars?
Well, that's just silly to even think about, Joe, so I'm not going to answer your silly question.
There's no room for silliness on any replays.
Yeah, we're all very stoic and serious here.
But when I did actually play it, I was very impressed. I really liked this game, and I really liked the second one, too. Like, this is a great series. Love it.
This is a great way to just get used to the PlayStation 2 controller for me, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Do you guys remember the name of the protagonist in the second game?
Oh.
It's hilarious.
It's not so Jehudi. It's funnier than Jehudi.
Oh yeah, Jehudi is the name of your big awesome mech in this game. The main character in Zone of the Enders 2 is named Dingo Egret.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Isn't it an egret what your shoelaces are capped with?
I think it's a bird.
Oh. Okay.
That might be wrong.
So,
Are you thinking of Ifrit? Isn't that a summon? Ifrit?
It is.
We're all
I
over
thought that
the
was a
place.
summon in something.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
Final Fantasy VII, right?
Sure.
So actually, as someone who did like anime when when I played this game for the first time, I remember being super impressed by this cutscene because
me
it's
too.
like, wow, it's like anime but 3D. I got the same sense with Xenosaga also.
They even rendered the blue hair well. It's
spiky blue hair.
Weird. It's in 3D. Look at that run. Got the
So when's
ash
the-
floating.
When's the last time you played this, Joe?
Oh man, last time I played this was years ago. I actually just maybe 2 or 3 years ago I went back and tried to replay Zone of the Enders 2. And that's way harder than I remembered it.
Is that one just called Anubis? Or is it... I mean, I know Anubis is the bad guy, but what was the tagline of...
I don't know the
I
subtitle.
think it was
I don't remember.
Anubis : Zone of the Enders in
Okay.
Japan.
Yeah, I don't think...
Oh,
I think
right.
it was just Zone of the Enders 2 here,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think it was subtitled in Japan. I mean, do we want to sit and watch this?
Nah,
this intro
we don't.
stuff?
Yeah,
We
let's
can
get in
skip
it.
It's anime
So
crap.
basically, what happened there, Joe? You're good on video game story.
I don't know, like this, the guy, the main character's name, who I think is Leo, if I'm remembering correctly, is like his home planet / orphanage or whatever is under attack.
Oh, that thing looks like a penis.
Yeah,
so the orphanage has a mech out back.
Well, he
barn?
ran into some warehouse outside or something as these robots are attacking, and he fell into the big Robo Wang that Jehudi has.
Yeah,
there.
let's. I don't want us to have an elephant in the room.
Yeah, we're
let's
not
just
gonna
acknowledge it and move on.
Yeah.
I never realized how similar the colors were from Jehudi to Gray Fox.
Or Metal Gear Ray even.
Yeah,
No,
it
it's a lot like a
totally
Ray.
looks like one of those.
It's the same exact color scheme. And by the way, Ben Hansen just informed me that Second Runner is the name of Zone of the Enders 2.
Oh yeah, it is a second
that's
runner.
the subtitle.
Yep.
Thanks, Ben.
All right, I'm pretty rusty on the sticks for this one, guys. So it's gonna take me a little while.
Did this one have differing perspectives? Could you do first person?
I don't think so. I think it's just in the cutscenes.
It just does this for cutscenes, because I can look around in my little Robo Wang and see what's going on. But and anytime combat actually starts, it goes back to the third person thing.
Gotcha.
Very, very fast-paced gameplay.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. That was actually what sold me on this. Was I played some of the multiplayer, and if you get like, oh, okay, well, so we have to go through. Oh wait, no, we can.
Can we just do that? End training?
Maybe we can just end training. Maybe we don't
Skip
have
the
to
training
go through it
wheels.
all.
Get right into it. Hey, look at that.
Nice.
All right, sweet.
We're good.
Do you remember how to play it?
More or less.
Famous last words.
Or you could always do the super sweet, like long-range laser crazy attacks, and then you could just like go in and just like crazy laser sword fight
That
stuff.
was
Like, it
really
awesome.
satisfying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember just like the flurry of missiles and everything. I'm sure we'll see in minutes, but
And I think there was actually a lot of destruction too. Like
Yes.
you could take buildings down. You could kind of like skate across the ground. I remember.
yeah. Oh, they left the little trail.
Yeah, like right there.
And the triangle and the X button sort of control your altitude, so you can do like.
That looks really cool.
So the
Yeah, this
inspiration
still looks
is from
awesome.
figure skating.
This actually still looks awesome.
Yeah, it's just like their art style lended itself really well to what is now dated technology. But
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I remember the particle effects being really impressive, especially when you have those swarm
Yeah, there's
missiles.
our
They all
dash.
lock on.
yeah,
So this
yeah, the
must-
swarm missiles are great.
This must have been like 2000 or early 2001, and this, I mean, for over 10 years old, this looks good.
Yeah, it looks great.
Is that? Oh, the swarm missiles. This is not a great environment to showcase that stuff.
And you would get in different mechs also, right? If I remember.
Nope, you're in
don't remember
Jeopardy the
that.
whole time.
Maybe
there's a
maybe
multiplayer mode. Though.
Multiplayer,
Yeah.
you can use different ones.
Yeah, I remember that.
So everybody keeps saying Kojima has to bring this series back. There's rumors that he has an unannounced project that he's been working on for a while. People think it's this. Other people think it might be like a follow-up to Snatcher or something
Yeah.
like that.
Boktai. Boktai.
Nobody wants Boktai.
Boktai.
I thought
Nobody
that
wants
I
Boktai.
thought that there was some kind of confirmation that Kojima and Suda were like working on Snatcher together. I don't know for sure.
I would play that game.
That would be crazy.
Yes,
That would be a crazy game.
especially with like motion control now. Like they could have some fun with it.
Yeah, look at those lasers.
Yeah, it's
This is
wow,
sweet.
It still looks awesome.
And then if you do this,
Oh yeah, that thing was awesome.
This reminds me of Ganon's attack from Ocarina of Time. When
Oh yeah,
when you guys
before
would-
he turns into
Yep.
Pigman.
Yeah, you'd volley it back and forth. Yeah, look at that.
I want to play this again.
Just play the second. Those things look so dumb. They still look dumb. They
I thought
remind
they
me
were
of like
teacups
Silent
from
Hill.
like Beauty and the Beast.
I was thinking like Silent Hill enemies, like the ones that represent like gluttony and stuff.
yeah, let's zoom in and like take these guys down.
Yeah, do some sword. Yeah, look at that.
And if I remember right, you can like grab them too. Yeah, there we go.
Awesome, great. Yeah, you're still doing well.
Grab. Yeah.
Looks like you're fighting on a computer chip.
Oh, and
Yeah,
then
you can throw them into someone else. Yeah.
That's really cool. Look at the background. Yeah, look at the skybox.
This looks awesome.
We are just really impressed by this whole
Yeah.
game.
She's the only one. Like basically, if you want to play multiplayer, one player uses Jehudi and the other one uses her because all of the other robots are just total garbage.
You can unlock Anubis too. I think it was pretty cool.
I'd like to see that.
Is this what anime is like? Because maybe I should watch anime.
It is actually.
Really? Just
It's
a bunch of
always
cool crap
fast-paced
like
like
this?
this. There's never any slow moments or still frames or
No,
anything
yeah,
like
no
that.
still frames.
I can't
is
tell if
important.
you're kidding.
No, not at all. You should watch as much anime as you can. Just
think
load
you're
up
kidding.
your Netflix queue. Just
You've got that
Don't
face
blink.
like you're kidding.
Don't ever blink while you're watching it. Turn up the brightness all the way. Why do robots need boobs?
she has boobs and a huge cod piece.
That's right.
Joel Schumacher actually directed.
It's actually a dude.
I love the robot design on this too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
normally,
They got no feet.
I just weirdly remembered War of the Monsters. Did you ever play that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and all the destruction is like
Yeah.
a Genesis and Super Nintendo also, right? Or
No,
is
no,
it
no.
just
You're thinking of the early War.
King of Monsters?
No, War
Maybe
of the
King of
Monsters
War of the
was
Monsters
by
was
single
Incog.
track. Or
Incog.
Incog, yeah.
It was the like old Twist Metal Black guys and stuff.
I seem to remember hating that game.
No, it was cool. You could be like King Kong Godzilla fights, and you could take down like whole buildings and throw satellite like antennas through monkeys and.
oh, you guys just missed. Wah!
Oh,
Which is where he
Well,
realized.
thanks for the recap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he realized that everyone is dead.
That's the sound you make
Yeah, yeah.
when you wake up.
Everyone is dead, and he went. Wah!
That's like the beginning of 28 Days Later. He just does that. That's like more like a Waluigi.
Not everything
really.
is about zombie movies all the time, Tim.
Well, they're infected, not zombies. Sorry.
You know what happened.
You got the rage. How many zombies are in this, Joe?
0.
Zombie bot? Zombots. That's a new game. That'll
I'll-
be
I'll
out
play
on
that game.
They'll add a Z to the end of it, and then it'll be on DS tomorrow.
Like that robot right there gets up.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, the slow reveal of the robot is not necessary anymore.
Oh, Kojima cutscenes.
Oh,
Bad.
This will go on for about an hour.
It's not Metal Gear though,
Hold
so
on.
skip it.
Let's see what
He
he's
looks
crybabying
cold.
about.
mental condition has reached a level of
-8. Oh man, you haven't seen
Dan.
it shrink in a while.
Anime is never like this.
Yeah, it's more like. Have you ever seen the movie Terminator 2?
I have actually.
It's more like Terminator 2. than
Really?
this. Yeah.
From a commercial broadcast.
I had no idea.
It's the truth.
This game was a good,
goodness.
like the fast-paced and accessibility nature of this game, like the
Way to
accessible
keep us on
nature.
track here, Tim.
Like you remember the Armored Core games? Like they're really clunky and awkward, and like the fighting, like customizing your robot was awesome.
Yep.
But when you go into fighting, it was just a mess, and this was the opposite of that. And I enjoyed these way more than the Armored Core games for sure.
How do you feel about Crazy Ivan?
I'm not sure what we're talking about.
It's for PlayStation 1. It's a
That
mech
game sucked.
Did you
I
expect
used to rent that game a lot.
I played a lot of Mech Warrior on my Super Nintendo, actually.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
I had a great time with that one.
That had that isometric view, kind of like what were those games? EA's helicopter games, Desert.
Jungle Strike and Desert Strike and yeah.
Yeah, those
Let's
were
not forget
great.
about Metal Warriors. Is that
I think that was a side scroller.
that's the one that we
That's
that
what we
Ron
played
was
with
on?
Ron.
Yeah,
I
that
wonder
was
if he was
side
into these games.
Remember, I believe that Mercenaries was originally going to be like a Jungle Strike, Desert Strike thing, and it was just going to be that helicopter stuff.
Yep.
And then they kept adding more and more and more stuff until it just didn't resemble Jungle Strike or anything.
Yeah, it
and
was
they
just
made
a
it
Grand Theft
Mercenaries.
Auto type of game.
And it was awesome
Obtain the flying mode
Good choice.
until the second one.
Wonder how this kid would fare if he got out of there and tried to fight. I want to see that bonus mode.
Puts them in a headlock.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking for.
Pretty nice map, actually.
Computer chip.
You gotta hide under a box and sneak into that big complex there.
Giant robot in a giant box. Still
No, just a
cardboard.
tiny box.
I don't remember what
Just on his
thing it
head.
is I'm looking for.
It's like a lampshade over its head,
Comically small hat.
holding a shrub.
What are we looking for, Joe?
Something on the ground.
Just kill everything.
Well, and count.
And count.
Remember the levels?
It's not a whole word, is it?
No, Joe, you picked up an item before that was like a .f something something something. I remember the weird like labeling of items and
Yeah.
they like file name conventions. Really confused me.
That thing. That's like a Metacron, right?
Metatron.
Metatron. Or.
Whoa. Oh, damn.
Kind of being a coward here. Take these guys on.
Well, it
Yeah,
says, she said, let us avoid unnecessary battles.
Nah, don't listen to her.
Well, this is necessary.
What? Seriously? I'm getting no, like, you can't go here wall.
I just think that's the dev term.
There we go.
I like kind of the like the galaxy
Where's that crap on the ground?
ring radius thing you have going on
Oh, I
there.
already got that.
Orbiting objectives.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Can you lock onto multiple targets yet to launch like 12 rockets?
I remember, yeah,
I
just
don't
a huge
think,
attack.
I don't know if you can do that.
At some point, I think. Maybe that was in 2.
Or maybe it was just shooting like 6 or 8 of them in this one.
I feel like in the multiplayer mode you could also just play as like these kind of garbage robots too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I was saying. That that multiplayer sucks if you use any of those guys.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a new one with like 16-player online deathmatch?
No, and I will not.
That sounds maybe awesome. Or maybe just way too
Like a downloadable
chaotic.
game, maybe?
Yeah. It's like a multiplayer only, like they did with Warhawk.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
that was lame.
There just doesn't seem to be an audience for the mech games online. I don't know what it is. Like
This isn't
Transformers
Chrome
was
Hounds,
great.
you know?
I really enjoyed Transformers, but nobody played that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things where those people that like those games don't have friends.
It could be.
We need the passcode.
_ global.
Oh, okay. So maybe I get that other thing that says passcode. Surprise.
I like that sword a lot.
Is there like a quick strafe button where you can get around to the weak side?
No, I mean I'm using my like thrusters or whatever.
Oh, okay.
There's something really satisfying having been a Star Wars fan for my entire life where they have these really like light, awesome blades in the old movies, but they handle them like broadswords. And then you'd have games like this or like Mega Man Zero where they'd have like these sabers and they'd be going crazy with like these lightsaber sabers. And I like that in this game as well. I wanted to share that with you guys.
Okay, so now basically we got the runaway button, I think. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have skipped that scene though, because I think it told me how to leave. Area change.
No.
Can you
Oh
zoom
wait,
out of the
no,
map?
I hit X. Never mind. Circle means go. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So you could have just flown around there forever. But you
No,
have to
no.
go in the menu.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You have to go to the menu.
Hey, remember Dynasty Warriors Gundam?
It is residential.
Yes, I do.
Those are so bad.
Now the Dynasty Warriors series was kind of a short run, wasn't it?
They did a couple really obscure titles
Yeah.
back in the PS1 days.
Okay, now this looks pretty sweet.
That's amazing.
I don't think anyone's gonna pick up on our sarcasm, Dan. I can already see the comments. Because I'm looking at a computer and I'm coming from the future.
Okay.
That looks cool.
Fog Factory.
That's where it's all coming from. Take
Environmentalists hate that. We gotta shut down that fog factory.
Get the pollution plant
It's just a
next.
money drain.
No, the money drains are
Why are-
different.
why are-
We gotta plug
yeah.
up the money drains.
Close
after
the
we get
money drain while you're closing the fog factory. There are a couple of cash pits.
After that, I'm
and
going
while
to
we're
the-
at it, burn the cash pit.
I'm going to the time sinkhole and filling that up after this. Terrible part of town.
Our government's awful.
Just bomb it.
I detect no human activity.
Okay, we're all real
Why do we
sad
elect
because
that
there's no
guy?
human. There's no human activity, guys.
Now that's clearly a fire factory.
Ah, whoa.
It looks like Mysterio mated with an octopus.
Or a jellyfish.
Yes.
What?
That's something I always liked about this series. The artist always made mechs that look cool. Whereas Armored Core, they were thinking about like, okay, how would this be practical in battle?
yeah.
How much armor should it have?
And I realize no one cares. We just want to see what's cool.
Yeah.
All right, I might.
I don't remember this battle
This
at
is
all.
so cool. Look at these buildings.
I am looking at them.
Man.
Oh god.
I remember the last boss from the second
Oh
game.
god, get out of there.
But that's all I really remember about the series, outside of just like the weapons that you had at your power.
Was the last boss battle in the second game really hard? Because I remember
Yes.
this one, Anubis, being rough.
Yep.
There's actually a fight. This is a little spoiler for Zone of the Enders too. But there's a fight where you fight against Leo, the kid from the protagonist that we're playing right now, and he's in Vic Viper, the Konami ship from Gradius.
Oh, cool.
And that fight is just ridiculous because like the Vic Viper like turns into a robot and then it turns into the Gradius jet and then flies around and
I
strafes
never even
you
made that
and-
connection.
Yeah.
And I should have. But
Yeah.
no.
That's cool. It makes sense though. Like if you're Konami, you wouldn't want it like one of your premier franchises mascot type thing
Yeah.
to be a pushover.
Well, this is Simon Belmont here.
No, it's not.
I'm shooting him with Kuroki Revolution shots. I don't know. What I think that's all they got, guys.
We can do a rocket. Do we move on to Rocket Knight? Or?
think we covered it.
Is that spread shot?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Rocket Knight. Yeah, you got that going on.
Oh no. Oh, get out of there.
We are heading for the outer area of the battle zone.
Yeah, okay, that's my fault. I was gonna blame her, but it's really me, guys.
Whoa, this is going way more airborne.
I seem to remember there was a quick dodge. Is that what you were
Yeah.
doing there?
Yeah,
It's just not accented very much.
Oh no, and before I was stuck up against the edge of the area, so I can.
Gotcha.
Joe, how's the DualShock with this one?
Honestly, I haven't really been noticing.
Okay.
I think there's a party
probably a
going
good
on over
thing.
there. Look at all those lights.
Yeah, they're really doing it.
Yeah, there was supposed to be like a Little Caesars opening over there or something. A few of them, they really took off.
Holy crap.
Oh, can you get in there with your sword now? I really want to.
I don't think you want to get in there with your sword on this guy.
Okay. Thanks for
I'm
being my
also-
voice of reason.
If my voice starts fading out, it's because I'm actually leaning as I'm controlling here, which I don't normally do, but for some reason with this game, I kind of get into it.
It's like you're in an IMAX theater in here. People don't know this. We're playing on like a 1,000-inch TV.
Oh yeah, we totally are.
Jealous. So many.
Oh, get out of there.
They're doing fine.
Yeah,
a
you
couple more
got it.
shots in there.
Get him. Dude, get cocky and use your sword.
Yeah, get in there. Finish him off with the sword.
Uh-huh.
That's how Joe says
life.
no.
She's got no life. I like how that is Joe's
yeah.
no. It's haha.
You got enough health,
Reminds me of,
Joe.
like,
You
my,
can get in there.
My neighbor's mean mom. When he says that.
Oh yeah, get it. Get him. Oh, so close. Shoot
You're
it.
the one playing,
Shoot
dude.
him in the face.
You're the one playing.
in the stupid face. There we go.
Nice job.
The Fall of Belmont.
So what would you guys like to see Kojima work on? Zone of the Enders, Snatcher, Metal Gear, another Metal Gear, full-on Metal Gear
Metal Gear
sequel,
5.
or something new.
Are we talking about Metal Gear following the events of 4? Because I just don't know where you'd go from there.
Yeah, or, I mean, he could do another prequel, whatever.
I feel satisfied with what's happened with Metal Gear. I would almost like to see a Zone of the Enders next.
Yep. I mean, as much as I love Metal Gear, I'm kind of in the same boat. It's like I'm pretty happy with where that ended up. I feel like they're gonna fill in the major gap with Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
after that, yeah, I would love to see. I mean, I'd love to see more Zone of the Enders. I'd love to see more Snatcher.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the way I think of it, like, I didn't even play Metal Gear 4 enough. I played like 3 times, but I don't feel like I got, like, dove in as deep as I could have.
You beat it like 3 times?
Yeah.
You beat it 3 times?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you skip the cutscenes and, like, play it on, like, a slightly easier difficulty, you can just cruise through that game. I wanted to check out things, but yeah.
If you want to get the high rankings on that, the time limit is 5 hours.
Right.
Jeez. I can do the first one in like 2.5, but that's skipping everything and just shooting your way through. The best is in 3 when
Not
you get
a lot
the
of
Patriot.
gameplay in that first one.
Oh, yeah. The best is in 3 when you get the Patriot after you beat the game, the boss's gun, and you can just run through just Ramboing everyone.
And count.
What do you think is the most satisfying incident of, like, getting a weapon like that where it just breaks the game, but it's still super fun?
Patriot might be mine.
I think mine is Majora's Mask.
Oh, the Fierce Deity, but you could only do that with bosses. You couldn't just run around with that
But
thing.
you absolutely destroyed them.
Yeah, you go back to that bull boss and just throw all that crap at him. Yeah, it's great.
And I like that because there's such a great kind of parody between like Link and his super form. Like it's almost like He-Man and Prince Adam or whatever.
Yeah. It's like, sorry, you're only going to be Kid Link in this game, except for these few times, and you're going to be the coolest Link we've ever made.
Yep.
I think the name, Fierce Deity Link?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's pretty awesome. Joe, how about you?
What's the question?
Like, for infinite weapon or infinite ammo weapons that just wreck the game that you unlock, what's your favorite example of that in the game?
Oh man, yeah, that's tough.
Does Knights of the Round count?
I mean,
Oh man, that
you
one's
should- you have
classic.
to earn
Ben
it.
Hansen says no.
You know what? For me, no matter what it is, actually, it's gonna be stealth in Metal Gear.
Good choice.
I just love messing with those guards so much. Yeah, like you go and you like walk up to a wall and knock on it, and they sit there and they're like, what? And then you punch them in the face or plant C4 on their crotch.
Yeah, they never quite
yeah.
figure it out. They just see a floating gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
For me, I'm going to probably say, like, it's a toss-up between Resident Evil 4's Tommy gun with fully upgraded, because you can just take out everything in one shot, and there's multiple bullets, or just, like, maybe like a infinite desert, or infinite Magnum from, like, the original Resident Evils. Those were great.
Yeah, those infinite ammo magnums.
It felt
Yeah.
so good
Oh my
when you
God.
got that.
It felt so good when you just get a regular Magnum in those games.
Yeah.
And then just getting infinite was ridiculous.
Oh, well, you know what? Actually, Bayonetta has some cool things also, in the sense that, like, the way that game expands a lot once you beat, if you beat it and keep replaying. So, yeah, that could be one too. I mean, there's no one awesome thing, but it's just like a lot of.
You just become untouchable.
Yeah,
after
yeah.
that.
I mean, you just keep your skills and abilities just keep improving until like you just feel super sweet.
I wish life was like that.
Hey, Dan, did you like Bayonetta?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all
Great game.
animes like that too.
Yes. Actually, a lot of anime is like Bayonetta. All seriousness, with like a bunch of stupid jokes you don't understand and a lot of sexiness that isn't that sexy or
That's
funny.
not what I like about Bayonetta. I like the gameplay.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of that in anime.
A lot of gameplay in anime.
Most animes you just press play, actually. That's the extent.
They
Really?
just keep telling you to hit play over and over and over. again.
Wow.
Okay, so maybe
Tap
That's not
X
that
to
fun.
watch.
It's a quick time event?
Yep.
Most of them are quick time events.
Quick time meaning about 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
Okay, so I
All
find
right, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Well, we were gonna watch that cutscene, but
Well, yeah,
we'll show you the next area here, and then we're gonna wrap it up real quick.
That's totally
the
the
Halo.
Halo, yeah. That's totally that.
They're serious about just
Boring.
I see something shining in the sky.
Oh, is it over at the Fog Factory? Oh. Okay, so I think these little people there mean that
People?
like. Well, okay, look. Come on. So, see, there are like kind of little people stamps beneath the
Yeah.
the thing. Oh, now we
Oh, yeah,
can't-
the rescue people.
Yeah, there
Just
we
hit
go.
circle. It says press circle the time.
No, I'm trying to show you the freaking stamps.
I see it. There it is.
Yeah, so I think that means that you can't that you want to be careful with like the destruction in the colony or something.
Yeah.
So of course the first thing you do is grab a guy.
And throw him straight into
And throw
the
him
senior
straight into
citizen robot home there.
Where is it?
There it is.
That'd be a cool way to lose your home.
Yeah, somebody punches a robot through it.
That would
Yes.
be a cool way to lose your home.
Most people just fire or like foreclosure.
We're gonna get angry letters from people whose homes were destroyed by robots.
Yeah.
It's not something to joke about.
All right. Well, we can wrap it up.
All right, stay tuned for Replay Roulette. All right, this is Replay Roulette, and we are taking a look at the demo game that was in Zone of the Enders. This is Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty.
Trial edition.
So we want to just go through the whole previous story here, guys? Or, no.
Yeah, read the whole In the Darkness of Shadow Moses thing.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
I actually convinced myself that I was going to sit down and read the entire summary.
I tried.
I did.
I remember
You
something
read the
about,
whole thing?
There's one that bridges it that's talking about a guy that like mixes brandy and peanut butter in like a flask and drinks it for sustenance.
Okay. Now, when we did a top 10 list in the magazine a while ago of like top 10 video game openings, this opening made it on that list. I don't
This is
remember what
amazing.
And it deserves
was.
it. This
you-
is one of the coolest beginnings to any game.
Is it R1 or L1 that zooms in? And it kind of.
I don't know if it does it in the trial version.
Okay.
I think it's R1, but
I always mess with that. God, this opening is just amazing. Everything about this demo just blew everyone's minds.
And I remember at first just, I'll mention it later.
You have to roll up some stairs too.
Go
Oh,
boy.
yeah. Like I won't try to roll up the stairs.
Are you gonna shoot the ice? Gotta do all that.
Nice.
And all the
The
bottles.
little ice thing and it melts and like.
Oh, I don't know if I know about that one.
Oh man. We have to call the codec thing when you're looking at the early magazine in the closet.
Yeah.
And see if that part's in this.
Yeah, these are all things that I don't know if they're in this in the demo version.
Find out.
We need to give a nod to Harry Gregson Williams.
Yeah.
That guy knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
So Toyota. I like that name a lot.
He's smoking a cigarette in the rain.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Maybe it's just like some secret thing. Maybe
You would think he couldn't look more badass than he does right now, but what he does in about 20 seconds is like the most badass thing ever.
Hopefully everyone watching this has seen this by now, but if you haven't, it's a
Stop.
good catalyst.
Stop the replay. Go buy it and play it.
Mhm,
Yeah.
And then finish it. Politely finish it.
And then come back.
Yes.
Because we're awesome.
Got this.
See ya. Yeah. Wah. Yahoo! Be different sound effects.
Now I really do not know where that bungee cord came from.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or where he attached it.
Really messes up his stealth camo here, though.
Yeah.
It would kind of break the game if you just had the stealth camo from the beginning, though.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I think if you saw the rope, you'd just be like, oh, look at that rope.
Now, there's also the interesting thing if you're wondering about Metal Gear canon, because if in the first game you save Otacon, you get the stealth camo.
Yep.
And if you save Meryl, you get the infinite ammo bandana.
Yep.
But they dodged that question here because like at first you're like, he has the stealth. Maybe that means that the real ending is that Meryl died. But then later in the game, he's got the infinite ammo bandana.
Yeah.
And even
Yeah.
breaks the fourth wall, pointing to it and going, infinite ammo.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what everybody was thinking when they watched this at that point.
That's actually
I think you
super
were
deep.
sarcastic, but I totally was.
Oh, I'm totally being sarcastic.
No, I was totally like, yeah, thinking the same thing
I
Joe
didn't
was.
think that.
Metal
but
Gear
that's
Fiction
awesome.
makes no sense to me whatsoever.
It's so great. I love Metal Gear Fiction. So, you were here when this was all going on before it came out. Was there suspicion around the office like, hey, every asset we've seen, every screen, every trailer's been on this boat. There's no way the whole game's on this boat. Is it like, did you guys know?
No, that's not correct. No, they for pre-release assets, they put Snake into
That's right,
into
the
big
Harrier
shell and
fight on
stuff.
the big
Yeah.
shell. That's right, you're right about that.
It's so cheap.
When we reviewed the game, Konami came by our office and they were like, there's a big surprise in this, and we're like, whatever. What could that possibly mean? And then Kato and I were the reviewers. We got about halfway through the game. We were just like, oh my god.
It's not even halfway through where there's this
Yeah,
surprise.
I mean,
it's
it
like
was just like-
first 10% in.
Yeah.
Well, no, but about halfway through is when you realize that, like, they're not giving me.
They're not
Snake,
coming back,
They're
yeah.
not giving me Snake back.
Oh, yeah.
And there'd be those cutscenes where he's talking to Raiden, and you think maybe it's going to switch control
No.
at that point. It never does.
I remember freaking out because I was working at Funko Land when this came out, and the strategy guides came in a few days before this, and I was so excited about this. And my boss is
Boring.
flipping through the strategy guide,
Oh,
and he
he
goes,
didn't.
Yeah, and he was like, huh, weird. Like, it's not even showing Snake in this. And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? And he goes, yeah, it's like all these pictures of some blonde guy. And I was like, what are you talking about? And I looked and I was like, no. So that's how I had it revealed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had a less awful reveal where the guy just came up to me before I watched last Matrix and said Neo died. But,
Yeah, but no one cares about
yeah,
it.
no.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember Miller played this before I did, and I walked into his dorm room when he was playing it, and I saw Raiden and the Colonel, and like the Colonel was talking to Raiden, and I was like, "Oh, what's going on?" And he just turns around and he looks at me and says, "Joe, you do not want to be here right now." And I did not get enough information
'Cause he farted?
to expose it. So
So it's Raiden, not Raiden.
yeah, they call him
And
Raiden.
it's Raiden in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on the Genesis Mortal Kombat, he was Rayden. I remember being mad about that. He used to be. Why was that? Was it because of the old like
That's weird.
Raiden Fighters
Yeah,
games or anything?
yeah,
That's why.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, but then why did they go back? He's back to being RAI in the console one.
Is he really?
Yeah, he hasn't been RAY since like definitely the Genesis days.
Huh.
It might have just been the first game. I don't remember.
So the one negative complaint I always heard about this game was Raiden. People hated him.
People hated
I
Raiden.
loved him. I thought he was amazing.
They hated the plot twists at the end. They hated the whole last 2 hours. And to be fair, there's a lot of codec in those last couple hours. But the story is actually really awesome if you take the time to
Yeah, it's
figure it out.
interesting, and Raiden's actually pretty cool, and like I mean he's just he smacks a little bit of like your kind of standard JRPG protagonist in some ways.
But I love that Kojima just took all that backlash and was like, okay, screw you guys. Here he is, Cyber Ninja. Like it made him just the coolest guy in 4.
I remember being turned off at first by seeing Snake's kind of like, I don't know, like trashy facial hair and mullet, and it totally grew on me after a while.
It looks awesome.
All right, I just remember.
But it made
the
sense
guy.
considering who he's based on.
Well, now, Joe, I know we're just playing the demo here, but you're going to want to up your grip. So you're going to want to flip over and do like 800
100 of
pull-ups.
those?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh, I don't know what my punch button is.
I spent so much time just knocking out guards and throwing them off the side of the boat.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
that so much.
I'll tell you what I did. I spent a lot of time knocking out and tranquilizing guards, and then when they were knocked out, shooting them in the head.
Yes. Or trying to see how many darts you could get in their face and crotch.
Oh, it's the sleepy gun.
You know it.
What'd you start with in the main game, not the demo?
No,
it's the
also
same
also
thing.
the
Same
tranquilizer.
thing.
What threw me off is that in the main game, tranq weapons are blue.
Yes.
Ah.
Like their thing is, hey, check this out.
Even the
Ah.
sword, it starts red, but if you flip it to be non-lethal,
Oh
it's
yeah,
blue.
yeah. I really like that in these games, like that sense of progression where like you didn't have a gun right away, and that feeling of relief and protection when you did get your first gun and you could be lethal. You had to make that choice if you're going to actually kill people throughout that playthrough.
And you could play all the way through it with just without killing anybody, right?
Which I think,
Yeah.
that was exclusive, or they started with this one and kind of carried through with that.
I'm a big fan of the fact that the last boss fight in this game is fighting the President of the United States while he's wearing a Dr. Octopus suit on a New York City rooftop.
It's amazing.
With swords. That is amazing. He's got an eye patch. And
Yeah, you can't beat that.
Solidus is so underrated.
Do you
One
think
of the best characters.
Do you think they started with that scene and worked backwards?
Like, here's what I see for the end. How do we get there?
You know what I'd be interested in seeing too is in the final version of the game, like right before that fight, Arsenal gear is supposed to like crash.
Yes.
So like
Yes.
in the original version before the September 11th attacks, they must have had a cinematic that like
did.
shows.
Yeah. Watch out, that guy's getting up. He's going to see you.
Nah, he's just like, what happened? And I'm like, nighty night.
Yeah, because in the full game, it's just like, oh no, it's heading towards New York, and then it like fades. It's like, oh, we're in New York.
They did have that cutscene, and Kato and I might have seen it when we reviewed the game.
Yeah, because this came out November of 01. So, yeah,
Oh, right.
you would
I'm
probably
pretty
have
sure
a
we
review
did,
build
yeah.
at that point. Yeah.
Throw him off the edge.
It was amazing, the best thing ever. Too bad you guys didn't get to see it.
Didn't GTA 3 get pushed back too? Because didn't they
Tony
give the
Hawk
plane?
3.
Tony Hawk 3?
Yeah, there was the terrorists in the airport,
Oh. But
and
didn't
they changed that.
in GTA 3, could you originally fly the plane like completely, and then they gimped it and called it the Dodo after the September
Yes.
11th attacks? That's
But I don't think it was
wow.
delayed, though.
All right, Dan.
I think it
this
was
is what
just a
you've
quick
been waiting
switch.
for.
So
I
you got to get in
remember
there.
this.
No, you got to get in there and shut it, and then I think it's R1, and you can kiss the poster, and it makes smoochy sounds.
Yeah,
That's
So
right.
get in there.
F5 right now,
Wait,
people.
No, you have to be in there for this.
No.
You don't?
I don't think you do.
For the smoochy sounds you do.
Oh, maybe for
Smoochy
the
song?
smoochy sound.
Smoochy songs.
All right, we'll give that. Hold on. Oh, circle means go.
Yeah,
That is the case for most Japanese games, by the way.
Kissy
When they get
faces.
ported, yeah,
Look
when they
down.
get ported to the
R1.
States, they switch it from circle to X.
R1. Yep. Now call Otakon a few times.
Who kisses posters?
あの時ロッカーに入ってたのは僕の方だったね。まあ俺はパンツを濡らしたりは
Yeah, keep calling. But Joe, did you know about the 1 in 3 where you call Sigint after you have the nightmare, and he tells you about the nightmare about the poop tank that was shooting poop missiles and everything, and turned everything into poop?
Yep.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I love all the
I don't think this is
callbacks.
happening.
No, it might not be. It might just be in the full game.
What's supposed to happen?
It's Snake is making a face like he's
This is-
participating in a certain activity you do when you look at things like that.
I think he was already done, he said.
Oh, okay.
So you gotta wait like a half hour or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, it varies.
Like, let's hear that. Let's hear that sound again.
Depends on what
And
you've
see if it
eaten
can be
and stuff,
mistaken for
like-
anything else.
How tired you are.
Do it faster.
Anywho.
We're done. We're done here.
Get to the
So
bar.
we showed you the best part of Metal Gear.
Yep. Well, we just wasted everyone's time.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you should shoot the pipe. You should shoot the pipe and make it spray in his
nice.
face.
Oh, shoot his radio.
You know what you gotta do? Do
Oh,
the
yeah, that's
shakedown
cool.
thing where you hold him up, walk around to the front, pointing at his crotch, and he does that little dance and gives you stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I remember it was really hard to do the button combination to like hold the gun and get around him.
Yeah. It's.
There's some contortion involved.
Yeah. There really is.
I remember like looking at my hands and being really impressed with what I was doing at certain points.
While you're playing the game, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Nice.
Did you ever get like those amazing shots where a guy's going to call his radio and you shoot his radio?
Yes, and he's like, "Ugh," he shakes
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's
Mostly
awesome.
by accident,
Yeah.
but I'll take it. Fall asleep on him.
Whoops.
Oh God.
And if you shoot the actual exclamation point, doesn't it like stun them and
Yeah.
they've got these little bubbles above their head?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
All right. So now there's some way to. Ugh.
Shoot their radio. I want to see it.
Oh, the little tip toe, that's, God, the little details are great.
See, I think.
There you go.
I don't know if the trank gun actually shoots the radio.
I thought
Yeah.
it did.
Go over to I'll show you the ice I was talking about. Go over to the bar up here to the right. And there's a little cup on the counter. God, I remember this.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, yeah. Shoot that cup and then watch. And I think like blocks of ice that are close to each other actually melt slower than ones that are far away. Like,
you kidding?
Get close. Look at them. They'll actually melt.
Once again, we're showing you the best part of the game.
This
This
stuff
is
awesome.
seriously what I got entrenched in with this demo also.
Do I have some sort of speed up melting?
No,
then?
it's melting.
Tranquilize the dart, yeah, or the ice.
This
Yeah,
is
it
boring.
Oh.
And you can
Oh,
shoot the
yeah, shoot all
bottles
the
and they'll
bottles. Show
break
that.
like
Yeah, you gotta show the.
shoot the bottom and it'll fall
Yeah.
realistically. It's all this stuff's so good. You can shoot just the top off and leave it standing. I remember like
Nice
shooting
shot.
the cardboard boxes in the storage closet and all these eggs fall on
Also,
your
this
head.
is one of my favorite things: trying to roll upstairs.
Oh yeah. Yes! So funny.
Make him do his little run around on the stairs. I love how fast his feet go.
Yeah.
Tick, tick, tick,
I
tick,
like
tick, tick.
laying down completely and going around and like whoop, 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 whoop.
Here we go, up the stairs. Oh,
Oh.
Super Spy Solid Snake rolling
Yep.
upstairs.
Oh boy, don't do that,
Oh,
Snake.
that's a problem.
And there's magazines over here that you can shoot. There's the TV. You can actually shoot that out and it does a cool like thing.
Was there a Game Informer in Metal
In
Gear
3. In
2?
3.
In
It was
3,
in
okay.
3.
Yes. So watch, depending on where you shoot it, it'll go. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
And I believe Matthew Cotto was on the back of the magazine.
Yeah, eating
Think
like
so.
a jar of snake soup or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh
Oh,
boy.
okay, do the hold up to him.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity.
Yeah. Do it, okay.
Awesome.
Now, if you hurry, you can just go around and do it without
You
the
can-
crazy contortion stuff.
All right.
I think it's like holding square and X or something crazy. Aim at the crotch, that's always funnier. There we go, and he'll do a
Come
little
on,
dance.
wiggle.
Yep. And put a dart right in his wiener.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You did? Okay, good.
I
You read your mind.
You know how to play this game, Joe, I can tell.
Yep. All right. So if I remember correctly, actually, to advance the story, we go up
Up
here.
and to the right.
Yeah.
And then you'll go through the kitchen. And you can crawl underneath the dining room table there. You can shoot the pots and pans in the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Wow,
Yeah.
you remember this.
I played this a lot.
Oh, and this had the Zone of the Enders boxes, right?
Yes, it did. It did, that's right.
And then the orange.
Let's see if in the Japanese one it says Anubis or if it says Zone of the Enders.
Oh boy. Get that guy. I remember messing with this guy a lot
Oh,
specifically.
in your face.
Is there anything in that locker? I think there might be USB bullets in there.
Yeah, I don't have a USB.
USB
Fine.
drive.
So what's your favorite Metal Gear?
I think there's seriously a case for all the 4 core ones.
It's so tough.
1 was such the new factor and the production values and the cinematics. 2 was just this gameplay stuff was amazing. The story got really complex and awesome. 3 is actually maybe my favorite story. It's very straightforward, but just the whole stuff with the boss.
And it's really connected to like the overall lore, but at the same time isn't like as wrapped up in it as like 4,
Yeah.
which gets sort of bogged down in like all of the history and stuff like that.
Yeah, it doesn't beat you over the head with the Patriot stuff. It gives you the la-la-la-la-lo origin.
I would
all that
not.
stuff.
I would not be able to choose between Metal Gear 1 and 2. I played them so much throughout my life.
1 had the best bosses, the best characters.
Like Vulcan
definitely.
Raven
Vulcan
and
Raven, Sniper
Mantis,
Wolf,
yeah.
Mantis, all those guys.
1
were great.
didn't have a lot of gameplay.
Not a whole lot. This one's bosses
2
were
blew-
kind of weak.
Yeah, 2 blew my mind though with the amount of stuff you could do. Like we're just showing off in this world.
Yeah, this stuff is all awesome, but the bosses are actually a little lackluster. in
The
this one.
Fat Man and the bomb diffusing. I mean, even just
was
that
cool.
whole little quest was great.
Wasn't there a
Fortune was pretty much just dodging lightning bolts for a little bit.
This had that sniper mission with the girl, right?
Yeah, where she's.
I remember being blown away by that.
Yeah, and then Vamp shows up.
Ugh.
Aren't there chaff grenades? in
That's
here
where I
somewhere?
started to be like, what is going on? There's
I
a
like
vampire
Vamp.
in this
I think
fiction?
Vamp's cool.
I think we had this discussion on a former replay, but is Fortune Vulcan Raven's daughter, or is she someone else's daughter? I was
She is
confused.
Colonel. What's the guy? He's the commander in this. He's the one giving the speech and the big rally at the beginning here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Scott Campbell, I think.
Dolph. Scott Dolph.
Dolph. Yeah, and he's actually named after somebody that was on the team. He was like the U.S. localization guy
Okay.
or something.
Is this? Are you gonna get to fight Olga already?
I think so.
That's how
This is a
ends.
pretty quick demo. This boss fight made a big impact on me. I was so ready because the tarp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the spotlight. Yeah.
If I made this game, I'd have Steven Seagal make a cameo in this room here.
This is why you can't
Under
have.
Siege 2.
yes.
That's why you can't have the
2
USP,
was on the
by the
boat
way.
or on
One,
the train.
One was on a train. 2 was on a boat.
No, you got it backwards.
I think that.
I think I got this
backwards,
right.
Reiner.
What's that?
1 was on a
I
train.
think
Wait.
Dan's got it.
No, actually, now that I think about it, I think 2.
1 was on the boat.
Yeah, because they. Okay.
Really?
Yep.
Train's such a step backwards. There's no sharks even.
There was
Yeah,
no sharks in the first
you're right.
one.
Two
I've
is the
never seen
train.
any of them. I'm just
Really?
winging it. Yeah.
2 is the train, and the bad guy has been maced so much that it just clears the sinuses now. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That didn't happen to you when you got maced.
No,
It hurt your eyes a lot.
It's just for the record, it was because of police reserve stuff, not because I'm creep. Okay. Just gotta get that one right
Ben,
up.
can you cut out his explanation and just
It just changed.
and just put it to where he said, "Because I'm a creep."
Yeah, it is just loop that at the end over and over.
I
I'm a
love
creep,
editing
I'm a
so
creep
much.
with some creepy song.
I'm a Creep by Radiohead.
That
be a
would
good one.
probably be a sufficient fit. That's
All
exactly
right.
what I said.
Now we're gonna have to watch this cutscene because we get to see Olga's hairy armpits.
I was not a fan
They
of that.
should have
at
censored
all.
that in the American version. Wasn't ready for that. Gerlukovich.
Shaska, that was so cool. And that first time they show Ocelot and he's got the binoculars and he's just twirling his gun in a helicopter. That's awesome.
He's my favorite. I was so in love with him. Like
Me
just
too.
the idea of this like really grizzled, like battle. What am I trying to say?
So
But he
he's-
still
He
wears
fought a
this
lot.
like the Wild West stuff.
Yeah,
like-
and he's just like reloading in the heat of battle. And
it's like if like a Civil War reenactor or like a Wild West reenactor like just went crazy and tried to take over the world.
yeah, it was between that.
It's awesome.
Between his
You should
obsession.
write that story, by the way.
That sounds pretty
I'm ready
good.
to read it and direct it.
Air Force Gator 2.
I'm ready to read
That'd
it
be the
and
villain of Air
direct
Force
it.
Gator, too.
But between him and his fascination with revolvers and like the Magnum and Resident Evil, I was like, I want a Magnum so bad. I never got one because I was like 12.
Okay, I'm going to admit something here. When I was super obsessed with Metal Gear Solid when it first came out, and I really liked Revolver Ocelot, I may or may not have bought a toy revolver so I could try to do that thing a lot.
How did it work out?
Yeah, it was never nearly as cool.
The
I'd
weight-
try to like flip it and put it in a pocket or
The
something.
weight probably wasn't right.
No, it was plastic. And I bought it specifically for that
How old
purpose,
were
so-
you?
It, is
98, I would have been 14.
Did it go poorly because you got your arm
So
chopped
I will
off?
act like it was because of Metal Gear 1 that I bought it.
You got your arm cut off, didn't you? That
Yeah.
was okay.
So you weren't old enough to buy this game.
No.
Is that when you grafted your brother's arm onto your arm? After that,
All right, you're gonna bring up some skeletons in the closet, but all right.
you have a weird family history.
Yeah.
And your dad's actually
Well, I was cloned from my dad's.
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys.
I don't.
Come on, take a good.
She does like the Claire Redfield thing from. No, she doesn't. She just threw it off the boat.
Short hair and hairy armpits. There's two things girls should never do. Bleh.
Huh.
Is the hair there in the demo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there it is.
get out of here.
It's just
Get
stubble.
out of town.
It's stubble. So I mean, like, she's been on a boat. What do you want?
Well, get Bic Raver. Things cost like 25 cents.
Big Raver. Who is that guy? Is that your uncle?
It's a boss from 5.
He was from Zone of the Enders, actually.
My
Bic Raver.
favorite DJ Bic Raver.
Whoops,
Stupid.
we accidentally skipped this cutscene
Whoops.
after the good part.
Dun.
Okay, I forget how to.
She's like a big security camera.
There we go.
Shoot that target.
Yeah.
I've never said that with such passion.
Shoot
I
the-
go for the spotlight first, because she will throw that right down in your face if you don't.
Oh, good call.
Conflict and victory were her parents.
They never got along. Yeah, they did.
The spotlight. Oh no.
Oh, I blew it.
Bah. What?
Son of a.
It's not what a gown sounds like.
Use your ration. What if that's how I pronounced that? And it was like an Oticon thing, like Dan.
Use your ration.
Soiled snake. Soiled snack.
There we go.
Get that. She doesn't sound like that in the final version.
No. She sounds like hilarious, overwrought Russian accent. Conflict and victory were my parents.
That's good, Joe.
Who's the guy that plays Snake? David
Hayter.
Hayter?
Hater, yeah.
Haterhoff.
And he wrote some screenplays, right? Like
X-Men 2, I believe.
And he was the voice of the
Incredible-
Guyver.
Voice of what?
The Guyver?
No, that's Mark Hamill, isn't it?
No,
The Guyver.
the Guyver. It was a live-action version of an anime.
Yeah, it's Mark
Yeah,
Hamill.
Oh, I don't
thought
know about
Mark
that.
Hamill played him.
I'm pretty sure that Hater does the
I think-
does the voice. Let's see.
I think
Maybe
Hayter
he's the
wrote,
voice of the robot version?
Yeah, perhaps. I'll do some quick research.
Hayter wrote The Scorpion King, starring The Rock.
Whoops.
Oh, interesting.
I think you need to put a bandage on. You're bleeding.
Yeah, I'll be alright.
That's so cool. The blood dripping
David
off
Hayter
him.
and Watchmen also. Ben Hansen chiming in.
He was in it.
No, he helped write it.
I won't
Oh
be
yeah.
able to get that.
Was he involved in a Hulk,
Oh, yeah,
like
I
either
will.
the Ang Lee one or the Edward Norton one? Can't remember if he was.
Has he done any other game voices? Or was he just Snake
Hayter?
and that's it?
All my friends thought he was the EA Sports guy. It's in the game.
That'd be awesome.
I know. We all thought it was Snake for a while.
Who'd edit the Wikipedia after this?
Yeah.
What? Come on.
It really does sound like it,
seriously?
though. EA Sports.
Do they do that anymore?
I don't think
I haven't
so.
heard that in a while.
No, I think they just have like logo thing.
One of my favorite things about this fight, by the way, which I'm kind of sucking up because I'm not really paying attention, but is the fact that when Olga, like, when she gets tranked enough, she starts to get moved like real logy. Like, she gets real slow.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
Do you have any other rations?
No.
Oh man,
What are these items in front of you, by the way?
those are not pick upable.
Yeah, but what
Ooh,
are they?
headshot, nice.
Seems like they shouldn't be out in the rain.
Watch her try
Yeah.
to move.
Nice. Oh, that's cool.
Whoa.
Get her, finish her.
I'm trying.
Oh man, it's coming down to it.
You
There we
guys are
go.
missing this.
Okay, David Hayter does not
Hang on.
appear to be. He doesn't.
Yeah!
He doesn't appear to be in the Guyver. I believe that was probably Mark Hamill then. I don't know why I remember that.
Wait, did
that
you
like
skip
that.
the cutscene where she throws the knife and he does the like, bing?
Yes.
Like, oh, that part's cool.
I showed you the armpit hair. That's all I. That's
The
all
one
I
part I
was-
didn't want to see.
So this is the end of the demo.
Yeah, I can't remember if it ends with like a sizzle reel. Like, can't remember if it does that. The way this whole section in the real game ends, which is like Metal Gear diving off the sinking ship and Snake getting framed, like that's just awesome. Oh no, it ends with him looking up at the camera and being like, Cypher! And it flies away.
Right.
Okay.
It's not that big of a mystery. It's just.
It's getting framed.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, because the Patriots frame him and make it look like he sank the tanker, and so he's like kind of this underground thing with Oticon. Philanthropy? That was the-
Oticon again?
Yeah.
Oticon.
For someone who supposedly knows Metal Gear, you should say Oticon.
You just
a
didn't
lot.
Alright.
listen to it. Every
Oticon.
time you see his name, you're also hearing it. It's just
Oticon.
like the most basic learning that you can do.
Yeah, I guess it's not like Peekman. I mean, no one's
No.
screaming Peekman the whole game. Alright. But yeah, Snake and
Pikmin, by the
Oticon
way.
form Philanthropy,
Yeah, Pikmin.
and they're like this anti-Metal Gear organization. So they show up on Big Shell at the same time. Who's Campbell's still with like the government, right?
Man, I love that.
Whoa. Didn't look like an O.
Oh, I thought that said tube container.
That's what I thought
for
too.
a
I was
second.
thinking the
I'm
same
like,
thing.
what?
メタルギアのネタなんだけどタレコミなんだ
That's right, because the Patriots tipped him off to get him to go to the tanker so they could take the pictures and frame him.
Yep, the end.
Time paradox.
All right. Well, thanks for watching Roulette, and tune in next Saturday for another episode of Replay.
Conflict and victory were my parents. Uh-huh.
Because I'm creep. Because I'm creep.